Welcome to Midnight Menu Plus One. I'm Ray Canada.
And I'm Margot Moss. Midnight Menu Plus One is a food lifestyle show on the podcast network itsneworleans.com. Brought to us tonight by Petite Pet Care. While you're at work or on vacation, you don't have to board your pet. He can stay in the comfort of his own home. For loving care when you're not there, Petite Pet Care. Find them at petitepetcare.com.
Tonight we're at Chappie's Restaurant at 6106 Magazine Street next to Monkey Hill Bar. Just 3 blocks from Audubon Park, where great food, local food, meets relaxed dining. Chappie's has a full cocktail bar, an extensive wine list, over 50 beers. And although the restaurant is new to Magazine Street, Chappie's has been catering memorable events at affordable prices for over 30 years. And Chappie's is available for private functions as well. So come on out and check out Chappie's at 6106 Magazine Street, right next to Monkey Hill Bar. Now, each week on Midnight Menu Plus One, Margot and I invite a member of New Orleans restaurant and food community to join us for a conversation. We invite them to bring along their own guest, a plus one. We never know who the plus one's going to be. Sometimes it's a friend, a neighbor, a family member, a fellow restaurant colleague. So our special guest on Midnight Menu Plus One tonight is Michael Yusko of Cellar Door, possibly the most mysterious and wonderful gastropub in the whole warehouse district, in my opinion. But before we get to him, Margot, I'm wondering how your eating went this week.
Well, I had Korean food at a newish little joint that was awesome called the Seoul Shack Nola.
You are our Korean pioneer. You brought our Seoul Korean. That's a pun. Seoul Korean.
Yeah.
SEOUL Korean guests that we've had before. They were wonderful. And so now you have another one.
Yes, this is Sophie Lee and Dan Esses from Three Muses.
Three Muses, also a great guest we had, Dan Esses on the show.
It's apparently it's her mother is Korean, and it's family recipes, and it's on Esplanade Avenue in the old Dragon's Den.
Oh, that's a great spot. Yeah, right there at the corner, I guess, of Frenchman Street and Esplanade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
And it's in a courtyard. They have music, and it's a walk up, and they're open late, so you should check it out.
As Dragon Den used to be. Yeah. That's great. Well, that's so cool. Well, I went to Hillel's Kitchen after we had her on our show, the chef on our show, and I thought it was just, I've been a bunch of times, but it's great. And it was even more meaningful after hearing more about their vision. Did you go? You went back too, didn't you?
Well, I went back on Sunday, and they were not serving food. But there was a farmer's market, like a community market, and there were students with different organizations and produce and cool products and kombucha and
nice. Did you get anything?
I got some candied jalapenos.
Nice. Candied jalapenos. Wow.
Yes.
How were they?
They're delicious.
Wow. Who makes those?
Oh.
Never mind.
I'll have to bring I want to bring them on the show. They're very nice young.
Wow, okay.
So they're there, I guess it's once a month.
Okay.
So and then I bought challah bread that the Hillel students made, and the money goes to a different nonprofit every month, so that little mini challah
nice
breads. And Nate the pie guy was there.
Oh, he's everywhere. I love that guy. Yeah, he's the best.
I couldn't decide, so I got 4 different pies.
That's the best approach, I think. Yeah, just get them all. Yeah,
and
they're all good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he gets a little better every time too. They just get even better and better all the time. I love him.
Yeah. He had a pumpkin spice one. I guess it's good. Kind of seasonal. It was delicious.
Right. Oh wow, I don't know how he does it. It's time for a special guest now, Michael Yusko. He is the driving force behind Cellar Door, which I'm embarrassed to say, Margot, I just finally went to. People have been talking about it for a while. I just finally went to a few weeks ago, and my friend Keith Morris brought me there, and it was unbelievable. It's become instantly my favorite sort of, I don't know if you call it a gastropub or what. We'll ask him, but right there in downtown, it's wonderful. Welcome, Michael. Glad to have you here.
Great to be here.
Thank you, Michael. So how did you get into the... Well, let's ask if it's a gastropub or what.
Let's start there. Well, we kind of... So my business... I'm not the sole driving force. My business partner will be upset. But my business partner, Greg Remion, he bought the building... we're gastro lounge.
Gastro lounge.
Let's,
I was close. That's close.
Let's answer that one.
I didn't even know that was a thing, a gastro lounge.
I don't think it is, but it's like we were trying to think of, some terminology, and gastro pub.
What's the difference between a pub and a lounge?
I don't know, but we're not these gastro pubs aren't pubby. None of them are pubby.
Right.
Like any place like the Bouligny Tavern
where
I used to work. I mean,
where you used to work, yeah.
That's no pub. But they use the term gastropub. So I don't know. I guess gastropub is tapas and some kind of cocktail wine program. Something. I don't know, something a little bit classier than a pub. I don't know.
Right.
I don't understand the word. So we just went with lounge because we're more. I know we're more of a
relaxed,
lounge. Particularly on late evenings. But yeah, so you want me to answer the other question?
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
I can do that. My business partner. I actually met him 3 years ago at Cure. I was working at Cure.
Ah.
That's where I got into the whole modern mixology aspect of bartending. So he, I guess he kind of recruited me. He just kind of staked out the place for, came in like.
He had an open cellar bar, cellar door at this point.
He had just bought the building.
Okay.
And I guess he came in a few times and I didn't notice him at all. And then he approached me and told me that he bought this space and wanted to open this bar. And I just thought he was he thought he was full of shit. And who's this guy
coming into the bar,
coming in the bar, telling me he wants to open a bar. So I thought nothing of it. And then I guess 3 months later, I was going to get coffee, just kind of half awake.
And he pulls up in a van,
hey,
and they.
I hear, "Hey, Mike!"
White van.
They chloroformed you.
Yeah.
And then you wake up at cellar door.
Grabs me. Here's the space. You're gonna work here. Okay. So I mean, he just out of nowhere is Mike. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I didn't even know who he was. I didn't recognize him because I probably was talking to him late on a Saturday.
Daytime hours are a little different.
Usually have some booze in me then. But
you drink on the job? What?
Well, I don't know. We do shots here and there. Kind of with the staff for camaraderie. So he approached me. We set up a meeting, and it took us 3 years basically to get the space open.
Did you see the space right away, and what did you think of the building?
Yeah, I was blown away. I mean, I'm like, this guy's in full of shit. This place is great.
It's an amazing space, by the way.
Yeah.
It's on Lafayette, right? Isn't it? Mm-hmm. And it's real quiet. If you know that part of Lafayette, there's no car parking for several blocks. Yeah. And then you go down an alley and you go through this beautiful wrought iron, ancient gate, and then it's so almost like a speakeasy. It has a little sign out on the sidewalk you could almost miss. Real subtle, and then you go in there, and it's this really interesting space. I mean, I love what you've done with it.
It's a knockout.
Do you know the history? Was it a brothel at one time?
Yeah, it was a brothel. It was a brothel, I guess. I mean, the history is shaky. It kind of gets lost here and there, but the building was, I guess the construction started in 1830, and I guess they built a section of it, and then the main house was built around 1850, and it was a brothel for a long period of time apparently, and I guess the story is this guy who was one of Gertrude Stein's last pupils. He converted it to its first iteration of a bar in the early 1900s, I guess that would be, but there's no documentation on this. My business partner doesn't. He's still in the process. He's going to hire a historian to figure all this out. But yeah, I mean, it's so. And then
you can feel the history in it, though. I mean, I haven't been in since y'all opened it, but I was in it 20 years ago.
Back when it was a brothel?
Yes. Yes,
wow,
my
you don't look that old,
grandmother
Margo.
was very famous. But it's a beautiful space. And so, do y'all serve food as well?
Yeah, we serve food. We do good food.
Yeah, share some of the menu. I mean, it really knocked me out. Yeah,
it was oxtail. That's what's in the Popeye. Yeah,
I had the oxtail Popeye. It was amazing.
Yeah,
oxtail Popeye.
Oxtail, which I never even knew existed really until I saw that dish.
So do you pair food with? I mean, pair.
There's not necessarily
liquor?
pairing.
No,
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I don't think you can really pair cocktails.
Okay.
With food, I think food should be drank with wine, maybe beer.
Do you make suggestions for people if they want?
And nobody
wine or
stopped me
beer?
from ordering cocktails.
sure.
I ordered like
Okay.
3
Yeah,
during
sure.
my meal.
Yeah. Well,
They should have stopped me, huh?
they go down. That's my. That's what I'm trying to do. Get you to drink 3 cocktails during dinner as opposed to 1. That's
Well,
good
tell us
for-
some more
good
things
for
on the menu
team.
because I thought the menu was super creative. It wasn't super long, but it was lots of really. I mean, there was nothing on it that was sort of standard. It was all interesting. It was
Yeah, I mean,
kind of a mashup.
the chef is Filipino, so she has like her food's kind of, it's based on her roots, but it's also like a lot of international influences. But staying true to some basic New Orleans dishes. Our signature dish is adobo wings, which is it's a classic. I guess it's one of the national dishes of the Philippines. You know about adobo? Know this?
No.
I just learned about this last week, finally, after 4 months of this dish being on the menu.
Yeah. Well, there's only one. There's one
probably
Philippine restaurant in New Orleans. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, they're good wings. They taste good. They're stuffed with dirty rice. But I guess adobo is like any combination of like meat, vegetables marinated in soy, garlic, and vinegar. And then you simmer it in the marinade to preserve it. So anyway, they're delicious, but they're deboned and stuffed with dirty rice. So that's good. Want to talk booze? We talk booze?
Yeah. Tell us.
Booze,
Yeah.
cocktails.
Are you creative? Are you creative,
Yeah,
or is it traditional?
I think I'm creative. I'm pretty.
I
Yeah.
didn't recognize any of the cocktails. All the specialty ones that were listed were all, I think, original to y'all, right?
Yeah, I do modern and classic. That's kind of how I divvy it up. So, I offer, I think five classic cocktails, and have 7 modern on the menu now. So
What are
that's
some of the
basically
modern?
kind of the concept.
Yeah, give us
What-
some of the modern
Well,
ones.
so the Nervous Lettuce Sundae is one of the cocktails. It's a gin sour. It was kind of my first drink that I created at Cure. So I kind of took that with me. I've taken all my drinks from Cure. And,
so did Cure
Do
have to
they-
take them off the menu there then?
No, I mean, they can still serve them, but I think they just don't anymore
Uh-huh.
because I've
Well,
just
you
kind of
make
hijacked
them too.
Yeah.
A certain way. I'm sure
Yeah.
that.
I
If you
mean,
created them at Cure, who owns them? Is that
apparently, I mean, it's kind of a gray area. I mean, apparently it's 50-50. We both have intellectual property rights to them, but
Huh.
I don't think that's been addressed in any courts. I don't know.
Oh, we're going to get you in
that-
trouble when you
that
talk
I
about
know
this?
of.
They
No.
know this, though, right? They're aware of this?
They know. I have a very good relationship with
Oh, that's good.
with Cure. Neil's a very good friend, so I
All right.
definitely, cleared it with
Okay.
Neil. I'm like,
Well,
listen,
tell us a
I'm
few
taking
more of
these
those 7.
cocktails.
That's the first one. What's the other ones?
The Drink of Laughter and Forgetting is one.
The Drink of Laughter and Forgetting.
Yeah.
What's that about?
All my titles are like based on books and films and stuff like that.
So what's in that one?
That's it's a bitter sour with chinar. Chinar
What
is
is chinar?
it's an artichoke based amaro.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it has green chartreuse in it. It's kind of a interesting herbaceous sour. It's kind of it's delicious, but
All right.
you
Now,
can't like drink 6 of them.
what book is that based on? Or
It's a Milan
film?
Kundera novel, the Book of Laughter and Forgetting. So I just sub and drink. It's kind of.
Was it a pivotal book, or you just like the?
You just
I
like
mean,
the
you
title?
read it.
Just had an evocative title?
I used to read all these books. Milan Kundera. He's a Franco-Czech
Yeah.
author. Writes all these very philosophical, funny, I guess in a Czech way, novels. I've read them all. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, did you name anything else after him?
Not yet. I almost did. What was I going to do? Oh, the
It didn't
the
taste
unbearable
good.
lightness of drinking. That was going to be one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten there yet. Maybe my next
You have
cocktail.
to have. Do you have a epiphany and it comes to you, or is it like a evolving thing, like your palate? You taste things and you, or do you come up with the name first?
The name
and-
first.
Okay.
No, that's not always the name first. Actually, the last cocktail I came up with, it took me. I mean, sometimes it takes me weeks to choose a name, which is kind of silly. But the last cocktail I came up with was the first name that was actually chosen by somebody else. We're just brainstorming I was just talking
With a
nonsense
girl?
with this girl across
Of
the bar
course.
one night, and she actually, kind of just got to the title. I'm like, you know what? That's better than anything that I can come up with for this cocktail, because it was like supposed to be a love-hate theme. Because I made the cocktail for.
Have you seen her since?
No, I see her all the time. She's a friend. I mean, she's
okay.
Yeah,
Is she flattered that?
She was very flattered. She's
Yeah.
very flattered.
You give her free ones when she comes in?
I don't think she's ever had it.
She's never had it.
No. What is she?
Listen to me. I'm going to
What
make
kind
you a
of friend
promise
is
right
that?
now on the record. If you name one of your cocktails after something I say tonight or any other time, I will drink it often. I will come in and drink it
No,
often.
on the house always. I like to take care of people.
Now, being a mixologist, that's got to be a chick magnet. Didn't you move to New Orleans because of a woman too? No.
Yeah, I did. I did.
mean, it's not-
That's
like second to being a rock
Which is why
star.
this girl from across the bar is only a friend.
Okay.
That's
So
why-
you're still with the same woman that got you to New Orleans?
Well, I mean, I guess it's day to day. Let's say that.
Okay. How long ago was that?
As of today, you're still with her.
Well, I feel like anyone who opens a new bar, it's gonna in a relationship, it's gonna be day to day. It's always
That's a
It's a
relationship
strain.
killer.
yeah. It's
Wow.
just, I'm always at the bar, and
Is she
I'm
at the
here.
bar
I have
much?
the night off tonight. I'm here.
Oh.
So
I'll
it's
tell
kinda,
you.
she's not happy.
Is
I got her a
she doesn't
cat,
come
though.
in every
You got
night?
her a
Oh,
cat?
that's a good idea.
When, today?
I week after we opened the bar,
Oh.
got her a cat. I'm like,
You are
am I
so
doing?
smart.
Yeah. Well,
My parents, my dad opened the Playboy Club up here
What?
when it opened.
How did you wait
And-
2.5 years to tell us this, Margot? You never told me
Well,
that.
nobody has mentioned that.
He
a
didn't mention the
girlfriend
Playboy
having
Club.
a hard time.
Okay.
But she would go in every night and sit and enjoy herself. But I'm sure it was so she could keep an eye on
yeah, that's
But
we have
that's
a rule.
that's a
What's your rule?
Well,
that's a business killer. I mean, you're not gonna.
Yeah, because I
He
mean, I'm
didn't
still
last at the
behind the
Playboy
bar,
Club very
so I'm
long.
still behind the bar, so it's part of, it's part of the thing.
Be
Yeah.
friendly to the women.
Be friendly.
Yeah.
Be friendly. But
It's
yeah.
like window shopping. You're not trying
Yeah.
anything
Wait a second.
on, but
You're-
you're a salesman.
Wait, your job is to be friendly to them and get them drunk. That sounds like college. That was me.
No, that's it.
That was
It's like,
my-
I'm just kidding. I'm just everything I say. I'm just kidding.
So how'd you meet this woman? She was from here?
I met her in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Yeah, downtown Los Angeles one night.
And she was from here?
She's from where's she from? Hammond.
Hammond. Okay, not
Yeah.
far.
So
Grew up in
why
Hammond.
did y'all choose New Orleans?
Because she's from Hammond.
Well,
Law school. She decided to go to law school, and I had nothing going on in my life. So
What do you mean you had nothing going on?
I
Like,
want to get
like,
a little
do you have
back to
you have an apartment
pre-
for me to live in? Okay, you have a couch for me to sleep on.
So what did you do before you were the brains behind the Cellar Door and inventing these drinks or whatever? You were a bartender. What did you do before that? Before you came to New Orleans, what were you doing?
Bartending.
Okay.
All right.
No, I want to get
That's
back
something.
to his childhood. Where are you
Jesus.
from?
Should I lay on a couch?
Yes.
I'm from Hudson, New York.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Hudson. It's 2 hours north of the city.
Yeah.
It's a nice little town.
We normally ask people if they had culinary influences or, but did your family have any mixology
Well, it's
background?
funny. Yeah, funny. Yes. I mean, I grew up in a bar, basically.
You grew up in a bar.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Nice.
My
What kind of bar?
A tavern.
And is your
Like a
grandfather
true tavern.
ran it?
Grandfather. Yeah, grandfather ran the tavern. My father worked there until my mother wouldn't let him anymore. He was actually the mayor of my hometown and still working in the bar. And I just remember a few.
By day a
few
mayor, by
fights.
night.
My mother used to lock him out of the house, actually,
Why? What did he do?
because he was at the bar. She didn't want him to be at the bar. He's working. He's trying to put bread on the table.
What was wrong with him being at the bar then?
I never found anything wrong with it. My mother did.
Have you asked her?
We
Did
don't
you
talk
Maybe
ever
it's
about
more
it.
to the story
Did
than
you
you
ever
know.
get behind the bar?
I don't want to get angry.
You hung
I
out
don't wanna
on
get
in the
involved.
bar as a kid, or like? I mean, was it like a family-friendly place during the day?
Yeah, I used to hang out. Used to play the player piano. The bar was across the street from an OTB, actually.
That's always a healthy
boy.
environment.
Yeah, everyone played the ponies.
Were you the runner for the?
I would run some bets. Yeah, I mean, I
bring their bets over, and they didn't have to leave the bar.
They would bet for me. I would, I was like 8 years old, like, trying to hit exacta boxes at OTB. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, it was just an awful environment to grow up in. It's translated into my young adult life.
How did it translate?
I've had many problems. I mean, it's.
Did you carry in the mayor's footsteps, or did you?
I didn't become a politician. No, I did not. I guess I rebelled against all that stuff.
See, now, if you rebel against it, you should be a teetotaler. Then you shouldn't have been a bartender, right?
I don't know. I don't think I chose this life. To be honest,
it chose you.
It chose me.
It
chose me.
Did you ever get away from it? So you started out in the bar and you've ended in the bar, and it sounds like the middle was the bar. Was there a time where there wasn't a bar in your life? Like, what were you doing?
College, but
college,
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
But you were at bars in college.
There was a bar in the basement in college.
Which college did you?
Union College.
Oh, that's a great place in Schenectady.
Schenectady.
Yeah. There was a day when Union College was like Harvard, basically. They were sort of in the same breath back in the 1700s, 1800s.
Yeah, I think they were part of the Big Four.
Yeah, that's it. They used to call it, right? Yeah.
And then they kind of dropped off, and that's why.
It's still a great
that's
school.
why I got in. But yeah, it's great.
Well, wait. Maybe we should pause now. We see your +1 has arrived. Can you introduce him? Tell us why you brought him and who he is. And
this is Wayne Corbett.
Hey Wayne, how are you? Who is Wayne?
Wayne, who are you?
I'm just a guy. I just kind of know Mike. I ride my bike around New Orleans, and I used to work with Mike. I was a chef or a cook for the last 3 years, and Mike was the bartender. So we would hang out while I finished up, and he started his day.
Yeah, we worked Mondays together, every Monday.
At
Cellar Door?
At the Bouligny Tavern.
At the Bouligny
Tavern. Bouligny Tavern. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Neither of us work there anymore, though.
No.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I mean...
Well, Mike moved on, and I retired.
You retired?
Oh, yeah, I retired.
I got fired, eventually.
Yeah.
Now, retirement because it was such a...
Grueling, yeah. No, it's awful. It's just nonstop, pressure and work and just not work. People never stop eating is the problem. They always just want more. It's one of those things you can't just feed someone once and then be done with it. They want more at lunch and then dinner, and then they come back the next day. It's actually really, really crack and food is really never ending.
But wait, aren't you supposed to encourage that if you're working in the kitchen? Otherwise,
no, because you need a break sometimes. It's nice every once in a while when nobody shows up to you can hang out and have fun, take a break.
Yeah, they don't work on tips in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's the greatest thing is
that's
when
the problem.
when they're all in the front, crying about having.
I hadn't even. That. Why am I so stupid? I've never really thought about that from the perspective of the guy in the kitchen.
Restaurant, huh?
Exactly. I never worked in a restaurant, but I've been talking to people in restaurants for years with this thing. The guys in the kitchen are going to want it to be slow, and the people in the front are going to want it to be fast because they're living off of tips. And the one in the kitchen, you're getting paid the same.
Well, in the kitchen, a lot of
these
guys do like it to be fast. It's all bravado, we got to be busy kind of thing. But I'm like, that's for other people.
Just pay me. I don't want to do anything.
Please, those are the best nights. Anyway.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty. What were you doing before Bouligny Tavern? Where'd you learn how to cook?
Oh, I went to culinary school in California. I was doing agriculture work up until I was about 28, and my old man passed away, and I switched fields and kind of just went to culinary school and then moved to New Orleans on a lark. And then Bouligny was my very first job ever as a cook, and they kind of taught me and brought me along. And
Sounds
it was
like they worked you to death.
It was a lot of work. It was more than I was used to. I came from from the field and stuff. Usually, you see when immigrants come over here, usually they start out in the fields and then they end up moving into the kitchen. And those are these are jobs. And I was like, no, that's not the truth. It's
now Bouligny Tavern's a high end place.
It's nice.
Out of Lillette and all that, and it's it's a kind of a big deal. How did you get hired there? Right off the bat?
I showed up they were desperate for a person, and I had no experience whatsoever, and I showed up off of a bus.
That's terrifying.
And walked in there, and I'm talking to John. He's like, yeah, what do you know how to cook? What do you?
Talking John Harris.
Yeah, and I'm like, how do you make that? I'm looking over the menu, and I'm like, what's that? What's a gougere? What's a gnocchi? I didn't know how to pronounce them. It's like you'll learn it. And next thing you know, they just kind of threw me into it, and I was terrible. I got such just nonstop bullying, and there was a girl, Christy Plaisance, that would just ride me over and over and over again, just get better.
You fell in love with her, right?
And eventually, oh yeah, no, she's the best. Yeah. You can't beat Christy. I pretty much compare all the other girls I've ever met after her to her, just because she's so awesome. But
and abused you every day.
Oh yeah, no, she was abusive totally. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, she was, but she made me better. Yeah. And anyway, eventually I got up to speed, and it became like easy. It became nice. It became something you just do every day.
So how long did you do it?
I did it for the last 3.5 years, and then I'm gonna do it again. But I just took a little retirement break. I'm doing the door thing over at Cellar Door now. It's awesome.
Oh, you're working at Cellar Door now?
Friday, Saturday.
Oh, you're a doorman.
I put on a suit. I stand by the door.
Wait a second. That's why you look familiar. I saw you.
I saw you too.
You were dressed up. Yeah, I remember that.
No,
yeah.
I told you. I remember the sideburns and the hair and everything.
Yeah,
it was
okay.
like that.
I don't have any product in it tonight, so it's looking a little different.
Well,
but
it was totally slick.
Yeah, slick back last time.
You had a red shirt. You were looking.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You were looking kind of like like a pretty badass.
All right, enough about Ray.
But I worked the door there. It's great. Like that's the coolest spot now, and I just stand outside and open the door for people and greet them.
That's a great job.
Oh, you can't beat it. And I'm like, welcome and goodbye and thank you. And sometimes I'll have to throw.
What's the hardest thing you have to do? You have to throw somebody out.
I had to keep one guy from coming back in, and I just kind of talked to him.
Was he just drunk? Or?
He was drunk, and he wanted to come in, and he was asked to leave, and he kept trying to come back, and eventually I have some little
bitters. Drink the bitters.
Bitters. I ate a little bit too much today. Anyway, eventually I just talked the guy out of it. I just explained to him please, you can't come in. And
there are other bars. There are lots and lots of bars in this neighborhood. Go to one of those.
He goes, how could I say no to the nicest guy ever? And he left.
All right.
We hired Wayne.
You got swagger.
We hired Wayne because he's tall and intimidating presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm supposed to loom, but I'm not supposed to talk because
I don't
talk, right away.
Yeah, you're kind of scary.
I got mugged the other night, or I almost got mugged the other night, and I just ran. I ran.
I don't know one person.
Wait, slow down. Tell me how you almost got mugged. What happened?
I just moved into this place, and
where is it?
Over by the river bend.
Okay.
And Leonidas and Hickory.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
And I'm on Green and Joliet, and I'm walking home, and it's dark, and it's
exactly
about 11 o'clock, and all of a sudden, I notice this guy is kind of behind me, and I turn around. And he's going real slow, creeping up behind me. And as soon as I turn around, he's like, "Come here."
Oh, jeez!
And he starts to come at me really fast.
He's telling you.
I know. He starts to just kind of run at me, and I don't even remember how it happened exactly, but I just kind of pushed at him, and we kind of collided. And he went back, and I turned and started to run up the block. And I'm not running very fast. I ride my bike a lot, and that's not conducive to running. My thighs were hurting, and I'm just like, "Don't fall down." And I'm just running steady, and I hear him behind me.
So he's chasing you again. He wants
he's
more.
He's chasing me. He's yelling, "Drop your wallet! I'm gonna effing kill you! I'm gonna effing kill you! You don't effing drop your wallet!" kind of stuff. And I heard his footsteps right behind me. He caught up to me at the end of the block. I got up there. I turned around again, and we did that collision.
Again, another collision.
We did kind of a bump against each other, and I saw he had something in his hand, and then I just turned and ran. Again, and this time when I ran, I'm like, help, please help, somebody help me, like that. And almost exactly like that.
Like you're the Oprah
man. Yeah, you sound like Oprah man.
As I was running, yes. And,
did anybody come out?
I think I heard somebody say from their house, hey, I'm calling the cops. And as I'm running away yelling for help, I realized he wasn't behind me anymore. And he had given up on it. And
then you look forward and he's right there in front of you.
But I was terrified because it was dark and I didn't really know my way around that place. And I get to my gate and I can't get my key out. And
your hands are all shaking from adrenaline and all that stuff. Yeah,
terrifying. I think it was. I just didn't look tough enough that night. I wore white pants and I had this, this shirt.
Oh, it's the white pants. That's what
white
did
pants. The guys in the neighborhood see white pants and
you gotta have blood stains on them.
That's actually right.
That's why I wore black.
You gotta carry your chopping knife from
exactly. My roommate's we got to get you pepper spray. We have to have pepper spray.
No,
I can't. The one time
just give him the wallet. That's less painful than trying to use the pepper spray.
The pepper spray blew up in my pocket.
Right.
When I moved to New Orleans, I brought with me
I'm not going to tell you what coffee shop. I put one of them out of business by exploding my pepper spray in a place one time.
How so?
Accidentally. You don't want to hear this story.
In your hand it exploded?
No. I put it down, and there were some kids with me, and the kids came over. I told the kids not to touch it. There's a safety on it.
Right.
But the one kid missed it. He was in the bathroom. And when he came back, all of a sudden, the whole restaurant starts coughing, and we can't stop coughing. And we look around the whole coffee shop. All of us are coughing like we're going to cough up blood. And the kid's got, like, his eyes are red. He's got a rash on his arm, bubbles up right away, and he's screaming. It was my friend's
child?
son. Yeah, and so I didn't know what to do. So on my way out, I said to the guy, I said, because everyone's going, what happened? Who did this? Like it was a terrorist attack. Like, nerve gas been released. So on my way out, I fessed up. On the way out, I said, I'm so sorry. I gave the guy $20, and then I left.
See, you shouldn't have this. It's a weapon.
The next week, they closed down. They never been back.
Wow,
I think I might have put him out of business. Maybe
well, they had a chemical terrorist attack.
Yeah.
This stuff blows up in my pocket.
Yeah, I had a friend who blew up in a car once.
And
they couldn't use their car for weeks.
It soaks through my pants and gets onto my thigh. And it also got into my hands, and I also used the restroom before I realized what
happened.
I'm not even kidding around. I did. And then I had to go to work. It was like 3:30. I'm there to do at work at 4. I show up to work with my pants soaked in pepper spray. I wash it off the best I can.
Your balls are like rhinos.
My balls are not even feeling anymore. I don't think
They're
I
always
still
like
feel
that,
them. Yeah, well,
That's good for being a doorman
that's
now.
the bike.
Somebody
That's a good
can
point.
kick you.
Yeah,
And
But
you're
all
fine.
night I would turn towards this hot stove, and every time I got near heat again, it would reenact the heat. It would react to the heat, it was all night right on my thigh, just nonstop. I had to throw the clothes away. So like pepper spray is not for me.
No, well, the other thing too
If
is
it had been a gun, I'd have
if you use
shot
it, it
myself
hurts
a
you as
knife,
much as
you
the
know,
people
I'd
you
have cut my
spray
finger
with.
off.
Don't mess with it.
In this city, you throw the wallet.
All right, so
down
here's the
you don't
story.
keep
Here's the
anything in your
move, is
wallet
I'm
that you
walking
give a shit
down.
about.
Wait, he's got no
I'm walking down the street in a Bywater the other night. Right?
That's all I got.
Bywater the other night, and I stop again like,
Whatever
in the
I have is not as
sidewalk
good as this,
on the dark sidewalk, and all of a sudden I hear like a little shuffling up behind me, and I jump behind me, and this voice goes, "Don't worry about me. I'm just a granny." I swear to you,
I'm just a what?
I'm just a granny.
granny?
A granny. Don't
Granny.
worry about
Granny.
me. I'm
Wayne
just a
doesn't
granny.
lie.
No, and she comes walking right up beside me. And then together we walk in the dark, and this is like over by those railroad tracks in Bywater.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, "Listen, you got to be careful out here." She goes, "A couple tips." She goes, "You should grab yourself a handful of sand." And sure enough, she shows me in her hand. She already had it, a handful of
Throw it in
sand
somebody's face?
and rocks. And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You can throw this in somebody's face, and it'll stop them from pulling a trigger." She goes, "I only had to do it the one time. I don't want to hurt nobody." And I'm like, holy shit, you got to be
brilliant.
fucking tough to live here, man. This lady's 60 years old, 70 years old, whatever. And she walks around in the dark with a handful of sand to get around wherever she wants to go. She doesn't stay inside.
From now on.
She doesn't stay inside. She walks around with a handful of sand. I'm like, holy shit, you got to like be tough, you know?
Yeah, but that's going to surprise somebody. They're not expecting the sand.
And I didn't have my handful of sand, and I feel like
I got my brick thing
that was
I talk about, but that's like obvious. I got a brick. They know what to get away from me. But this is sand. That's so much
sand.
better.
Oh yeah, no, and it's awful. As soon as you hit somebody with sand,
I've seen
their
that in a
life
million
is
Chinese
ruined.
movies. Yeah, they always do that.
It's like and it's a
Movies.
cheap shot. It's like the ninja move. You know, ninjas
Yeah.
always have the sand.
Yeah.
Samurais don't like sand, and then you
No,
know,
you just got
ninjas are like,
and sand's everywhere. If you
I'm gonna
forget
win,
the sand,
you
you
know?
just got to grab some sand wherever you are. There's always sand in the ground.
There's not
The
much
ninja has
sand
like
in
a
New
little sword.
Orleans.
The
No, like
samurai has a
gravel
big
on the
sword.
road.
The ninja's like,
Right
I'm
now
gonna
on
put
magazine,
something
sand
you
like-
block me. I can
something
get you a
sand-like
handful of
anyway.
sand right now.
Uh,
No, really, it's always collect because I shovel it up all day long. You get gravel
By
It
the
collects-
gutters?
Yeah, by the gutters and along the curb. You mean gravel, sort of?
No,
It doesn't have to be-
sand.
she
Sand.
It's like
It
pristine
has to
sand.
be
she had like
sand-like.
debris. It had everything. It was like from the
A big
railroad
rock
track.
is not going to do anything.
It's gotta be
Pebbles.
thin.
No,
It's gotta be
pebbles
thin.
and
Pebbles,
gritty.
yeah.
There's
It was
some
gritty.
broken glass in there, probably.
Oh yeah, no, she was legit.
A
And,
friend of mine just told me recently they carry just 2 rocks in a sock. Like
And
two,
swing
like
it.
but just
Like-
2.
That's like a prison thing.
Like, I
they
guess
do with
2's
that,
his
right?
magic number. I think he tried 3 once, and like I don't know, it just didn't get the velocity, or I don't know
was
what.
too heavy.
Who the hell was that?
One didn't.
I don't even know who that was.
One didn't
Is
hurt.
that an old
One
bar
didn't have enough
trick?
weight to it. It didn't feel good enough with it. And three was too much.
Here's
Yeah.
the magic number.
This person told me this last week. I can't
You could
remember
have a
who it
sock
was.
though with you all the time.
How did our show become a
It's asleep.
self-defense show? This is great. Also, we're
Wow,
supposed to be.
wow.
Well, I just got mugged
ulterior-
almost, so it was on my mind. You know.
Yeah, well, the ulterior motive for the show is to get people that listen around the country to move to New Orleans. Now we've just
Nah.
reversed years of work.
Well, it's
here by
exciting,
terrifying
doesn't it
everybody.
sound? How exciting
No,
does it
that-
sound? You got
You don't want to
It's
live
to
here any less after
celebrate
these.
I
what
mean,
these
it took
crazy
like
people
3
do.
years for it to happen. You know.
Yeah. No,
And I got
No,
away.
that's-
You know, I
I'm
got
dying
away.
to get mugged. Really, I mean,
Just get it over
that's a whole
with.
nother story.
Well, for me, it's about
Yeah, you got a cool
learning
story.
about y'all's crazy lives. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to be a little kooky, a lot kooky to be in the food business or the bar business in
Oh,
any
yeah, they're nuts.
capacity.
Yeah.
Or,
Or just to live
so
here.
I would, to choose to live here.
I think I'm like
at
the most
times.
sane person actually in the service industry.
Really, what makes you
Sometimes I think I just feel like because everyone is so fucking crazy that I work
Right.
with and that's around me.
Oh, and you're
including you.
not?
I'm insane, but everyone else is.
They're crazy. You're insane.
Just a
In
notch.
the land of the blind,
everyone
the
else,
one-eyed man is king,
everyone else has
at
me
least.
beat. They have me beat.
Wait. I want to get back to a little bit because you were talking about books and films. Are you were films influential in your life?
You're a filmmaker too, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm a filmmaker. I've made some short films.
Sorry. I took Margot's line.
I see that. Sorry. You guys will figure that out later.
Hence the punch in the cheek I just got.
I like that.
In the cheek. That's the breast, the right breast.
It feels
All
like a
right,
cheek.
sorry.
One of my friends punched somebody in the shoulder, and the guy ran off a week ago too. I don't know who that was. Anyway,
Was he being
probably the
mugged
same
or
guy who didn't have the sock
Okay.
rocks with
We're
him.
back to the mugging. All right, we want to talk about non-mugging.
Okay,
subjects.
non-mugging
What's
story.
this?
Films.
Tell us about
Okay,
the
I'm a
film.
filmmaker. I made a few short films. This is actually my co-star in, I guess, all three of them. A few of them.
I was in the one, yeah.
You in the one? 2 out of 3?
Were you acting
2 out of 4.
yourself?
I make 4.
or-
I wouldn't call it acting. I would call, Mike just said,
Being-
hey, be funny. And I was like, oh, shit. And then Mike took like 2 hours of just nonsense and cut it into like 20 seconds of like, none of that was all together. It was like, sporadically pieced together. It's pretty good the way he did it. But yeah, like I did 2 of them. But I
So-
wouldn't call it
So
acting.
tell us about
Did
these
you
films.
direct him? What?
Yeah, I directed them, wrote them, starred them, edited them, obviously.
They've been in film festivals.
Film
won
festival.
some
Yeah,
awards,
I
right?
had a couple in.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, one was up in New Hampshire. I'm gonna punch Sam Mackey in the face, which is kind of my masterpiece
title.
at this point. Yeah, that's the title.
That's your masterpiece.
That could be a
at
drink.
this point.
That's your magnum opus.
I was gonna put it on the menu for a drink title, but it's a little bit too close in this
Yeah.
city.
What is it?
It's based on a real person in town.
Say the title one more time.
I'm gonna punch Sam Mackey in the face.
Who is Sam Mackey?
He's just some guy.
Well, why
We
you
have
wanna
to
punch
see
him
the
in the
movie.
face?
How do we see the movie? How
You can go to Vimeo. Just look up Michael Yusko on Vimeo.
You can see it on YouTube too, right?
Yeah, but the YouTube is shitty resolution. It's
You
kind
want
of
to
the
see it in
quality.
the high def.
Vimeo.
So is he a real character in the film too?
Yeah, well, my friend plays. He's a real person.
He's a real
It's
person
based on a real person.
Who's an actor
named,
plays him.
who's not named Sam Mackey, but he's
Oh,
named
okay,
something.
okay.
Yeah. Change the names so I don't get thrown in
Get
jail
sued, yeah, okay.
or
killed.
murdered.
The guy saw the movie though, and he sent Mike. He left Mike like an angry message.
Oh, he knew it was him?
Oh yeah, no, it's
was
all over
recognizably
town that
him?
people knew that was kind of based
He was
on
pissed
him.
off?
Oh yeah, no, and I even met
Tell
a
us
guy
the truth.
one night.
It's John Harris, isn't it?
No, not
That's
John
who it
Harris.
is.
That's the sequel.
That's the
I
sequel.
met a guy one night in a bar though, and
No,
he
John's
had
great.
seen the movie, and he knows the guy that Mike kind of based the movie on. He goes, "That's so right, man. The guy's got squinty eyes, and he's just like that." And it was too funny that the guy had known,
All right, Wayne. All right. Yeah, so Wayne. So I made a
You're
film.
gonna give it away, aren't you? If we keep you talking.
So the film was in the New Orleans Film Festival last year. This year
Cool.
I had another short in the festival, which was, both were honors. And yeah, one of them won a jury audience award last year. Then we went to Canaan Table to party, and Wayne got thrown out. Who's, I mean, again, like, I don't know
Slow
one
down, slow
person
down. Wayne
who should
got-
feel threatened by Wayne.
Wait, Wayne got thrown out
'Cause
at,
he's such a nice
the film
man.
festival that
Such
was
a
showing the
gentle soul.
film that he was in?
At the Canaan Table afterwards at the bar. If I remember right, Yusko and I were like playing around, like shadow
We're just
punching each
joking
other. And this
around.
guy,
We're having a
this
good
bartender
time.
runs over and he had a problem with you or something like that.
He's
And he tried to get in our face, and I just kind of sat there very politely and
He's
was
the
like,
worst.
"Yeah, I'm not moving." And this other guy got really crazy and came up and pushed me, right? And then I was like, "Whoa, why are you pushing me?" kind of thing. And I was about to get kind of like upset, and then this little girl came between us and was like, "Please just leave, or you got to get out of here." And so I was like, "Okay, for you're like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
I got to go." And then when I got out, the guy like threw the door shut, I remember, and then he put a broom or something in between the latches, and I was just kind of standing on the sidewalk like, what the fuck is that? What is this, a barn? But yeah, that was
They were
us
trying to
getting-
lock you in or out?
No, out.
But they had done it in the weirdest way.
It's obviously
What?
they never kicked anyone out of a
Yeah,
bar
this was
before.
a-
These
Oh,
are
they
like-
were
that's what it is.
scared.
You know what it was?
These are like young, like nerdy,
Yeah.
geeky
Like I know,
cocktail.
now as a
kids.
doorman, I know how to bounce somebody, and that's not the way you do it.
Yeah. No,
You should write him a letter. He can learn some lessons. Okay, so I mean, literally, they were just looking to throw somebody out. You were the first one that acted
Probably,
up at
yeah.
all.
They needed practice. I mean, I was happy.
I would bet. I think it'd be a very secure bet that you're the first person that those guys have ever thrown
And
out.
only, probably.
Probably only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the second one killed them.
Exactly.
You were too
The
nice
second
to
one
kill
was
them.
like, I don't think this little broom is going to hold me back.
So the second was like, do you have sand in your hand? No? I'll choke the shit out of you right now, you little twerp. Yeah.
So I guess we're publicly enemies with Cane and Table now.
No, they love us. We're all good.
That's what you do. You're patterned this whole show.
No, they're all.
You slam somebody, and at the end you go, "Yeah, but he's great."
No, they're all
we
great.
love them.
They're great people, great friends. They're just
Okay.
one. Like there was
They
one.
just had
one
bad bartender,
one bad bartender,
plus another bad person who intervened, plus another bad
Right.
girl.
It
that
was
intervened.
just an off night.
I think I just got caught up in
Places-
circumstances.
places,
So have you ever been
place is
thrown
great.
out of an establishment? It's since being in New Orleans.
I'm banned from the Saint right now. I think.
Are you?
Whoa!
man?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm good though, because I'll be back.
They're great people. Yeah, we know.
I don't
You're likable.
Yeah, I mean, I know enough people.
They got a lot of leeway over there.
No, but where did I get kicked out of recently? The same kid kicked me out of Cure, basically, where I worked for 3.
Whoa, slow down.
3
You
years.
used to work in Cure.
I used to work at Cure.
You say you're
I
in good
am-
relationships with them.
I'm great
You
relationships.
go
with-
back to get a drink. You got kicked out.
I guess I kind of, I don't know, I was horsing around with a friend. I don't, it was the same guy. It was the same guy. The same guy.
Horsing
twice by the
around
same
does
guy.
not
The
work
same-
for
wait, what do
y'all.
you mean
You
the
don't
same
horse
guy?
around
Same,
in
same
a
bartender.
Wait, same bartender that kicked you out with the
Same
broomstick?
bartender. Yeah, he works at Cure and Bouligny Tavern. Yeah.
So
and he
ridiculous.
happened to be at Cure that night.
Is that not funny?
He's targeting you.
Yeah,
You might have a problem with you.
This
It might be
could be
personal.
this could be a problem. This could be a problem. Whatever, we'll get through.
You need to hire him.
That's
to
the
sell
problem with
a
New
door.
I don't-
Orleans
I
is
don't
you
give a
make an
shit.
enemy, and it's such a small town that you have to see these people over and over and over again.
Wait, so
How
you were
can
the
you
first
make an
person you ever
enemy
kicked
in a
out. Now
bar?
you're
I
the
mean,
second
that's-
person you ever kicked
it's-
out, probably.
Well, he didn't actually kick me out. He threatened to call the cops, which is absurd because I was one of the opening bartenders at Cure, and
like the police don't have
I
anything
gave that
better to
place-
do.
Yeah.
in New Orleans.
Anyone who knows me knows that I'm not a problem in their bar, unless I'm at the Saint at 6 a.m. Then that's when things get hairy. You never know what the hell is going to come at you.
You write movies
I had a
about
friend
them.
who
You
was-
don't. You
Well,
don't cause
exactly.
problems.
Yeah.
You need to write a movie about this dude.
Yeah.
Please. Let's instead of punch Sam Mackey in the face, this will be punch hipster dweeb
yeah,
in the face.
there's
or
so
whatever
many
guy, yeah.
people you can make these films about.
All your
That's
enemies, yeah. You just
So
make
what's
movies
your
about
film? Your most recent one? You did one this year, you said, or no?
No, I haven't done anything. I just I took about like 16 grand from friends of mine, and pardon me, haven't done anything with it.
Wait.
Actually.
Back up for a second. So you raised funds for a film.
Yeah, I raised about 16,000 on Kickstarter.
Ah.
Yeah, it was good. I had like the last like 18 hours. I just emailed everyone that I knew, messaged everyone.
So did you
I raised
refund them?
About 12,000. No way.
That's what you did.
But I
with
mean,
money.
I get texts all the time like, you son of a bitch.
You lost the money, didn't you?
You put it in the cellar door.
You put it in the cellar door. That's you own a bar
Put it on
now.
a horse.
You hired Wayne with it.
You think I'm stupid? You think I don't know? So I mean, they think that I took the money.
So do you have an
and put
intentions
it
to
in
go
the
back
bar.
and make the film?
I'm going to make the
things slow
film.
down?
I
Really
just
nice
need a few
pair of
days
glasses.
off. Opening bars. This bar has just dominated my life. It's very, you got to put everything into something. So that's what I'm doing down
Yeah,
there.
I cannot imagine. That's like 2 whole businesses:
Yeah.
making a film and
Yeah,
being part of
I was really
opening
stupid.
a bars.
I thought I could do both. It's really dumb.
So you're just delusional. You're not.
I'm
you didn't
delusional.
Steal the
I have
money.
moments of severe delusion, borderline like psychotic breaks.
Yeah, Mike's got the really hard part where he's got to sit and edit these things, like take hours of like nonsense footage and try to like make something concise out of it.
Especially because he's not working with professionals.
Right, exactly.
Obviously.
It's all amateur hour. The whole thing, like even the guys that work the sound, like don't know how to like push the sound on, so like half of the stuff is not even audible, and he's got to go back and put like subtitles on the work. Like it's it's a lot to deal with. People that don't know what they're doing, me myself included. So yeah, I think it was a learning experience, right? Like next time we'll all be better and
Should we talk Nino?
have the equipment
Nino
going.
Wait, which Nino?
Nino, baby.
Nino
That's
Bongiorno?
it.
No.
Nino, Pasternoska. Pasternosta?
Oh, that means our Father.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, that's what it means.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Shitty sound man. Shitty sound
And
man.
Nino means
Nino.
was baby boy, right? So baby boy, our Father. That's a weird name. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, for
So what
for
does he
Sam
do?
Mackey, Mike and I go and meet up with this guy Dimitri, who does yoga. Dimitri is like this Russian dude. If you ever want to do yoga, I would recommend Dimitri.
Golden
No
Ganesh.
chance of going to
Let me
Dimitri
give him
for
a
yoga.
plug.
Go ahead.
Golden Ganesh Golden Ganesh Yoga and Kettlebells.
Golden
Look
Ganesh
it up.
Yoga.
And
It's-
kettlebells.
If you do yoga or you've dreamed about doing yoga, go see this man. It will be the best
Where is it?
hour. Sometimes a class are an hour and a half
at
of
his
your
house.
life.
At his house.
At his
At his
house,
house.
Of course.
In his backyard, there's mats on the ground. Like he makes you sweep them up before you do the workout.
Like a sensei.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
total sensei. He's
You paint
he's,
his fence
he's
and you-
Russian, and he's just like got this like icy cold Russian thing, and he's all covered in tattoos, and he's the nicest, sweetest, most soft-spoken guy.
But he used to be a UFC fighter.
When you look at his
Oh.
eyes, you're like, holy shit, this guy's done some
Yeah.
bad things.
Yeah,
he's trying to
like,
make up
And he
for it
teaches
with all
yoga.
this yoga.
What's the movie? A History of Violence. That
History of
movie.
Violence,
Remember
yeah.
with Viggo Mortensen?
Yeah.
Where he's like gangster turned.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was
small
some kind of
town.
mercenary or something.
Yeah,
he's
that's
killed
kinda-
Chechens, I think.
Yeah.
But now he's totally cool.
Yeah,
and,
now you've outed him. Now they know
Oh
where
yeah,
to
now
find
he's
him.
just the sweetest guy. We show up at his house, and he ad-libbed almost everything he did. He came out and he put on his golden Converse like spray painted
Brilliant.
shoes. And then we all go back in the back to the kettlebell, and Dimitri's is saying the funniest things. He's like, I go to pick up my kettlebells, and I picked up the smallest ones that were sitting on the ground because obviously, like, why wouldn't you? And Dimitri goes, no, those are for the pregnant women and the injured men. You must choose another. And just shit like that all day long. He was like, maybe you get a job at the parking lot to sweep it or something
Yeah.
like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he was so
He's
funny.
a gem, really.
Does
And-
he have another? Does he do anything else besides?
He's
the-
he's
waiting
he's
for
a
me to make
doorman
bookies.
at
That's what
DBA, I
he's-
think.
yeah.
Doorman at DBA.
Oh, he is a
yeah.
doorman. That's right.
Okay, remind me not to screw up at DBA.
Oh,
That
yeah,
sounds
don't.
like-
Wait, he's waiting for you to run.
Well,
to-
as far as like I think he really wants me. He wants to be in my next movie. As far as other,
He goes,
actors.
Mikey goes, next time we do this, maybe we have real actors. But yeah, no.
I mean, we ran out of batteries. He had to go like shuffle through his closet to find us some batteries. I don't know.
But yeah, Nino
It was
missed
that- it was
like
that
getting like
ridiculous.
half
I didn't know
of the
what I
stuff
was
that-
doing
that
when I started
Dimitri
doing this.
said.
Oh, so Nino's the sound guy who doesn't
honestly,
do very well.
this was
I trusted
I think
people.
this was the funniest.
I think you need to hire
afternoon
Chris
I've ever
Keogh
had
next
in my
time. He's a
life.
very good sound guy.
And
Yeah,
we
you got to
missed it
pay. You
all.
got to pay those people.
you could.
But Nino's awesome.
Now that you're affiliated
you.
with the Cellar Door,
Yeah.
you could. What is that called? Barter.
Yeah.
I mean, drinks for. I mean, that's a.
Yeah. Do you
some
pay people
bartering?
in drinks?
Yeah, I don't know. My business partner wouldn't like that so much.
Does he have to know?
Well, wait. Tell me a little
No,
bit
he
more
doesn't
about
really
your
have to.
business
No.
partner. What was he? Has he ever been in the bar or restaurant
This is
business
his first
before?
bar restaurant. He, he pretty much designed, the whole place as far as what we got going. He was in the art world a little bit in London. So all our art is, it's modern London.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
Yeah, a couple of Damien Hirsts and
There's a new Guy Lyman.
yeah, there's an artist that shows at the Guy Lyman Gallery on Magazine Street. You can buy his art there, where it's actually on display at Cellar Door. That is true, Wayne.
It's your work?
No, not my work. My friend Guy Lyman has the art studio. What do you call it?
Art studio.
Yeah, right next to Bouligny. So and
Art gallery.
Greg
A gallery.
has a
It's-
new
it's a
piece
gallery. It's not studio.
from the gallery.
All right.
Hanging on Cellar Door. So
that's good.
yeah, that's kind of where, we showcase new artists, New Orleans artists. That's kind of going to be our evolving thing. We're going to be showcasing new work, as we see fit to.
Cool. All right. I have to cut you
What?
off
All right.
because we've come to the part of the show where you would be asked a question that you would not have on any other job interview or
Great.
no normal position would ask you. So yeah, let me ask you
All right.
first.
Bring it.
If you could beat up, well, this is you probably did it with your film, but if you could beat up anybody, living or dead.
That was going to be my question. I thought
Really?
the same one. Yeah,
That's
we're
bizarre.
starting to get
All right.
in sync. Yeah,
We're-
this is
we're-
amazing. Go ahead.
How many shows have
who
you
would
guys done together?
Like about 100 and something.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we are like husband and wife. We totally like hate each other and argue, and I hit him and
I didn't even know this.
I'm teasing. Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
if you could beat up any one person, living or dead, without consequences, who would it be?
And make a movie about it.
Yes.
This week? This week. Who would it be this week?
Of all time.
All time. Who would I beat?
No, it has to be somebody in New Orleans, I think.
With a cowbell from Dimitri's
gin
yard.
and tonics, and I'm,
Get this
I'm
man
really
another
loose.
gin and tonic. I want to hear a real answer.
You thought it was going to be some intellectual, interesting question, but no.
You know,
About Franco-Czech fiction? No way.
ask Wayne a question first. I'll come.
No,
let's come back to this one.
Okay. You have to ask Wayne a different question.
Let me think
I
about
know, that
this.
was the question
Let
I
me
was gonna
let me
ask.
have
I was
another
gonna
gin and
ask.
tonic, and
I was going to ask Wayne that question.
Who would you beat up?
Yeah, let's stick with the same question, actually. Go ahead.
I don't really feel violent towards people. Like in the
He didn't
moment,
even beat up a
sometimes
mugger,
I
so-
know, but that guy wouldn't want to like punch him in the face. I
Exactly.
just
Okay,
want
you
him to
can't
not
let
leave,
people
you
know this is a doorman.
You
You
know
got to
what I mean?
pretend.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say. Like, just don't talk. Like, just stand there and look tall.
All right, I have a different question for you. If you went back to agriculture, what is the one thing you would not do?
Cutting hay sucks because like you get covered in dust and little bits of hay, and your entire like neck and everything just is itchy and rashy all the time, and it's really a dirty job, and the hours suck. You like sleep for 4 hours, work for 4 hours, sleep in a tractor. When it gets dewy, so that really blows.
So you would never cut hay.
I would never cut hay.
What would be
again.
the thing you would do that you didn't mind? That you
I love
actually
working with
enjoyed?
cows. I miss cows living in New Orleans. I mean, cows have like personality and they have like a social order, and it's fun to watch them like kind of live. They're kind of what's that Sims or the ant farm?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I guess a cow farm is like bigger than an ant farm, but.
But
Same
how long
deal.
were you doing this stuff?
You just get to watch them, and you kind of like get to know them, and some of them have
They have
personalities and some
sweet
of them
eyes too.
don't. Oh yeah, no, cows have they're the most innocent creatures. They have no they're not very smart, but they don't have any
The
ill
Chick-fil-A
will.
cows are like really attractive. Right? They kind of like. seem
I know.
sweet,
He was getting pseudo romantic there towards the end. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. But
You could have a milk drink. They could serve it at the cellar door. You could have a cow.
you can milk some
here.
cows in the back, and it would just
Yeah.
be like pasteurized fresh milk, straight. Make a cocktail.
Maybe
No,
a
fresh-
goat.
fresh
You could
milk.
get away
Someone's
with
gotta run
goats.
Yeah.
Someone's
Why
got
don't
to
you have
run
a
back
goat?
with
See,
the
like-
cocktail and squirt the milk from the teat.
Yes, very
into the-
fresh.
into
Make
the
some Ramos gin fizzes.
From
Ramos-
teat to glass.
Fresh from teat to glass is the new thing.
That's
Cellar
that's
Door,
a
we're
great
gonna have
idea.
a cow next Friday. We're gonna have a cow in the back courtyard in a little stanchion, and you can come and get a fresh gin. What's that?
Cow to bar,
Ramos fizz.
cow to bar,
Cow to
Ramos gin
bar.
fizzes.
Yeah.
I like
Love
it.
it.
Teat to glass. I think that'll be your first commercial. You gotta film.
Yeah, for the bar.
Our producer
I'm sorry,
just signaled us 3 minutes. I thought he was going to signal us that it's time for another feed, but yeah, we have 3 minutes left.
So you're gonna punch
Yeah.
for real?
I mean,
Yeah, a
I
lot of
guess.
time to think about
and
it.
I've had kind of a, I feel like you have a grudge, right? You have a grudge, and then you kind of like, for me, it's like, I don't know. I never really hate anyone.
You work through it.
It takes me a while to work through it. I feel like I just like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to punch Carrie Palmer in the face anymore.
No,
That was
you guys
kind
are
of
good.
I think like 2 weeks ago there was a turn to me. I'm like, you know what? I see he's not such a bad guy.
Not such a bad guy, right?
He's not a bad guy.
All right. On a positive note, and this has nothing to do with
I don't know who
business,
Carrie Palmer is.
but I want to know. No, I want to know if you could meet another question, not better, but
All right.
if you could meet one writer or filmmaker
Oh.
living.
I actually
or
just
dead,
met
who-
my I don't know. I'm not really. I don't get excited about much. That's why I got to bring Wayne on these shows with me. But I just actually met my major influence is this guy Hal Hartley. I met him in New York. I had to pretty much pay $500 to meet him.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's I gave.
Is
to
he a
his-
hooker? How'd that work?
It's the Kickstarter, basically. I mean, that's what Kickstarter.
Oh,
yeah.
it was a reward.
So it was a fucking reward.
Wow.
So
That's so cool.
yeah. So I paid
Or weird.
$500 to go. Or weird. Well, it gets even weirder actually.
But then you have to pay for transportation to get there too, right?
Oh yeah, I flew up.
He didn't go to you.
No, he didn't come to me. He pardon me. He actually pledged $100 in my Kickstarter campaign.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
After meeting you?
No, after I sent him a video. This is before I met him. I sent him a video, kind of, Hal, you're kind of a big deal. Just want to, show you, express my appreciation. You're a big influence on me. and he threw me $100. So that paid for.
So you
I don't
flew
know,
up to New York, and what did
really.
you guys do together?
You
went to the park.
It just
you fed
acted
each other
weird. I don't know. It was
strawberries, what'd you
weird.
do?
Like I didn't want to. I don't like. Like he's standing in the bar. Everyone's there for to see the premiere, and I don't know. I didn't. I didn't even want to talk to him really.
So it wasn't one-on-one.
But that's kind
I
of
finally went up to him like, Hal, you're a big deal for me. Shook his hand and got my picture taken. And that was it. Yeah,
Did he know who
man.
you were because he pledged
Yeah,
to
he
your
knew.
film?
Well, he knew because I sent him a video. Yeah, and then he
Right.
pledged to the film. So it was
That's
a bad
nice.
move. It was just a bad move
that's fine.
all around.
You getting a good story out of it?
It's an embarrassing story, I think. I don't know.
Kind of a little.
I thought I was
bothered
doing you a
how
nice
horribly.
thing by asking you something like that rather than who you want to beat up, and now you're embarrassed. So
how about Andre
sorry.
Andre Tarkovsky? That's who
Who's
I would-
that?
Who's that?
Filmmaker that I'd like to meet, living or dead.
And tell it what films.
Woody Allen's my favorite filmmaker. I would never want to meet him or to be in any of his movies.
Well, what if you could
meet him,
beat
just
him
don't
up
let-
though?
just
What if
don't-
he's the one guy you
Just
could
don't let
beat
him
up?
babysit for
On
you. or
film.
whatever.
I guess that would be like, that would be very like
Just throw a
edible, I
punch.
guess.
Do one for the kids.
Yeah.
All right.
Woody
Well,
Allen,
I
there it
think
is.
we're out of time. Can I offer you a satsuma before we leave? Is that?
I love a satsuma. I'm just gonna smash myself.
That's
with it.
the satsumas, I believe,
Jesus.
came from Margot's tree.
Yes.
And
But I want to hear. We need to have him tell
Yes.
us the hours.
Okay,
of
listen. All
Cellar
right,
Door
let's
and
actually.
yeah, give us the whole
Information.
Yeah, let's do something.
Facebook, website.
All right, so Cellar Door, cellardoornola.com. We're obviously on Facebook, Cellar Door Nola, Twitter. Hours open every day of the week except for Monday, 4 to 12 during the week, 4 to 2 on weekends, and Sunday brunch. We do the Sunday brunch. It's delicious.
That sounds great.
10 a.m. to 4. Saints game days, home games, which thank God there are only 2 left. 9 a.m. we open, limited menu, but it's a good time. Great
Now,
brunch
tell us
menu.
your location, your address.
916 Lafayette Street,
All right.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
And Wayne, do you have anything to plug?
Cellar Door.
Cellar Door.
Come on Friday and Saturday night, and I will open the door for you.
You can meet listeners. You can meet Wayne. You know where he's going to be. He's going to be by the door on Friday
with
and Saturday
sand
night.
and hay,
Yeah.
hay mixed in.
And be scared if he's got a sock next to him. 'Cause there's probably 2 rocks in it, not 3 or 1. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. This was an absolute delight, and we'll look forward to seeing you again there at Cellar Door.
Thank you
All right,
guys.
thanks,
All right.
Thank you.
Margaret.
Good night.
Thank
Margaret
you so
Ray.
much.
All right.
Midnight Menu Plus One is produced by Margot Moss, Grant Morris, and me, Ray Kanata. Our technical director is Chris Keogh.
You can find photos from tonight's show on our website, itsneworleans.com. On itsneworleans.com, you can also check out our blog. You can listen to lots more episodes of Midnight Menu Plus One and our other shows, including Out to Lunch, Happy Hour, True to the Game, and Mindset.
You can hook up with me and Margot anytime by following Midnight Menu Plus One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also Google Midnight Menu Plus One and we come right up.
The fabulous audio quality of this show is brought to us by PreSonus Audio. For more information about PreSonus recording equipment, go to presonus.com.
Midnight Menu Plus One is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For all of us here at Midnight Menu Plus One, thanks for joining us. I'm Ray Kanata.
And I'm Margot Moss. We look forward to seeing you back here next week on Midnight Menu Plus One.
You know Labor Day signals the unofficial end of summer, but not the end of your outdoor projects. Lowe's helps you do it right and helps you save with Labor Day deals throughout the store. Shop now and get 2 bags of Stay Green potting mix for $12. And keep your lawn looking neat and trim with a Craftsman 2-cycle 17-inch gas string trimmer, now $20 off at just $119. Whatever's still on your to-do list this Labor Day, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 8/28. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii, U.S. only.